I've heard stories of them the size of a Labrador dog sitting on top of a pot up in the far north, these packers, and the guys just roll them back into the ocean because they're obviously the breeding stock. The larger they get, the lesser the price too, because again, like I said, by the time it goes through the supply chain and ends up on someone's plate, if you had a huge one, no one could afford it.
Any idea how old it would be?
This one would probably be 6 to 10 years for a packhorse that size, so they're fairly fairly fast growing. Now, when I was saying about the red crayfish stocks, it's getting heavy. Talking about the Cray 2 fishery not being so good, this is the opposite packhorse craze. There's been the guys who have fished it and their dads. Most of the guys fishing to us are generational fishers, so granddad fished to Leigh, then dad, and now son's taking it over. And all of the spots where they used to get red crayfish are now being taken over from these guys outside the barrier and in the far north. And there's a hell of a lot of sort of just sub-legal, like between a kilo and a half fish that they're obviously releasing as they bring the pots up. And so, yeah, that's another intricacy for the fisheries managers and MPI to manage, is that you've got one fishery potentially displacing another. So it might not be that there's not so many reds, it might be they've gone out deep because these big boys have taken over this. Yeah. But yeah, they're pretty amazing animals. I used to run the Auckland Fish Market when I worked at Sanford, and we had tanks there, and I had some packhorse in there. The guy dropped off, wanted to sell like 2 months before Christmas, and it wasn't really a hub of selling crayfish, so we couldn't sell them basically until Christmas week that we'd sell it. So I had guys this size, and I had them in the tanks for 3 months, and we'd feed them a few broken mussels to keep them happy. And basically when I'd go to clean the tank, I'd put my hand in and it'd come over like a little dog and let me move, knowing that he's just going to get moved into the next tank. So they're actually more intelligent than you think. But these guys can stay out of the water as long as you're not in direct sunlight, but semi-moist environment for like 5 days. Packhorse, they're amazing. Whereas your red crayfish, 2 days max sort of thing. They're much less hardy. So yeah, pretty spectacular. So I'll just dig out some reds as well. Let's see if we've got some over this way. Excuse me. Yeah. I've got them all over there, I think. There is a system, I'm just not sure what he's doing. So these are they're graded in terms of size. So see there's a grading chart here. So each individual crayfish is weighed as it arrives, and then so this is what we call A's. So they're 500 to 600 grams. These are B's, 600 to 800, C's 800 to a kilo, and then the next one's 1 to 1.5 kilo D's. They go right the way up. But in terms of it's basically a bell curve in terms of value. So it tends to be these guys, the A's and the B's. The 600 to 800 grams is sort of the most popular. So you can see they're fairly small. These are the size limit for commercial and rec is exactly the same with frozen. But yeah, these guys are much more feisty usually, and then see you get plenty of cuts holding them. But so yeah, when they arrive, the guys hold them across the back like that. They'll test them. They'll look under the tail, make sure they're not buried up. The fishermen would have done this, but that can actually change just within transport time from the far north. And then they just check that they're not soft to touch, because obviously you're not allowed to land in a soft shell either. So if we happen to get one that's outside the rules, it goes into a special tank, and we call it the ministry and hand them over. So I'll just dig out some slightly larger ones. So these are sort of 800 grams or a kilo. This is 500 to 600. We'll see. So same thing. They can live. We'll hold them for about a week. Sort of up to 2 weeks, but generally we try to keep them moving within sort of this time of year while they're catching. It's the middle of the season, so it's twice a week we'll empty the tanks out. Yeah, so as I say, they're much feistier than the reds. You get you get a massive range of colour, so what you get a lot lighter than that, it kind of brindle, almost whitish, right through to always reckon in an electric fry pan just with a half an inch of salt water or seawater, rather than actually immersing them in salt water, just get that boiling, spike them between the eyes of the dead, and just put them in there for 8 to 10 minutes, depending how big they are.